How did outrage go from being a fleeting spark of anger to a spectacle that captures millions? It's a story rooted in how our collective emotional landscape has changed. Once, outrage was a private, visceral reaction, something we experienced quietly, maybe even with shame. We'd simmer in our own frustration, feeling isolated by fury. Now it's become a public performance amplified by social media platforms that turn every outburst into content. Every tweet, meme, or viral video feeds the beast, feeding on our need for validation and attention. The line between genuine emotion and performative outrage blurs as outrage becomes currency, an addictive cycle that keeps us hooked and distracted from deeper truth. Consider how viral outrage campaigns tend to start. They often kick off with a real concern, something that genuinely needs attention. But before you know it, they spiral into digital mobs driven by outrage addiction. A provocative post or hashtag can ignite a firestorm overnight, pulling in millions who feel compelled to join the chorus. This cycle feeds on itself. Each new outrage fuels the next, creating an endless loop where conflict becomes entertainment. Behind the screen, it's as if we're caught in a hypnotic dance with chaos, each click feeding our craving for validation and catharsis. These campaigns distort reality, turning complex issues into sound bites and outrage into currents. The result is a society that's increasingly divided, numb to nuance, trapped inside a feedback loop that erodes critical thinking. Look at how influencers and brands manipulate this dynamic. Some intentionally create outrage to stir controversy and get more attention, knowing that a heated reaction draws more eyes than calm discussion ever could. Let's go along the societal tension, capitalizing on collective anger because outrage sells clicks, shares, and engagement better than reasoned debate. The result is a society where anger becomes a commodity, a currency exchanged for attention in the digital marketplace. Real stories make this clear. Think about when certain celebrities faced backlash over small mistakes. The outrage snowballed beyond proportion, often overshadowing bigger issues that deserved real discussion. Consider online political debates where nuanced arguments are replaced by provocative sound bites meant only to evoke emotional reactions rather than foster understanding. This cycle feeds itself, turning society into an endless loop of outrage-driven content. This shift reveals something deeper about us as consumers of conflict. We crave drama because it gives us an instant dopamine hit that temporarily masks our own dissatisfaction or helplessness. Outrage becomes a distraction from introspection. It simplifies complex problems into black and white battles we can watch unfold from afar. In this digital age, our collective anger has been weaponized and turned into entertainment, a kind of addictive show we can't look away from. Blurs the line between genuine protest and performative spectacle, making us question whether we're truly fighting for change or just feeding the beast for likes and shares. Every outrage feeds the cycle, fueling algorithms that reward outrage with more visibility. Stories of injustice become clickbait, while real solutions fade into background noise. We're caught in a loop where anger is currency and silence is surrender. This isn't just about outrage, it's about losing ourselves in a manufactured chaos that keeps us hooked, distracted, and powerless. The truth is stark. Outrage now acts as both weapon and spectacle in our society's theater of distraction. It shows how disconnected we've become from real emotion and critical thinking. Every viral outburst, every outrage meme reflects our collective hunger for meaning, yet it gets trapped in its own echo chamber, feeding itself. Behind the screens, beneath the hashtags, society longs for authenticity but is drowning in noise. This cycle leads to outrage fatigue, numbing us to real issues while fueling superficial conflicts. We're caught in a digital trap where outrage becomes currency and silence feels like surrender. Recognize this pattern. Break free before the spectacle consumes your sense of reality entirely.